What's up, man? Welcome back to my video. And today, today we're going to talk about a unit that everyone should actually build and have. Well, I would really recommend Loren for a unit that everyone needs to build and have because Loren is a very decent unit. Alright, actually why I recommend Loren is because Loren tends to work really well on every of the dungeon, but not on Punisher creep, only not on Punisher creeps, right? Because why did I say Loren works really well on the every dungeon is because uh Loren's passive actually does a lot on reducing attack bar and reducing attack bar for the monster and the boss, and whenever you run him with violent revenge tends to work really well on dungeon and even TOE normal and hard. And also you can even use it on dimensional hole, right? For second awakening of a monster. Well, you can use Loren to farm level 5 because most of the people are using Loren as their main core for almost everywhere, but not the Rift Beast. I don't really recommend using Loren or Rift Beast a lot, but you can still use Loren on the Dark Beast, I think, because Loren is a multi-hit monster, multi-hit units. Well, he does pretty decent. As you guys see here, well, he does pretty decent on Giant B12, Dragon B12, and even Necro B12 as well. But why Loren does really well on this three dungeon is because Giant B12. The only part that I doesn't really like about Loren is because he is multi-hit, right? Because on Giant B12, whenever you hit the boss 7 times, the boss will right away revenge, will right away counter attack after the 7 hit, right? But still Loren does a really good job on reducing boss attack bar, so he doesn't get to get a turn. As you guys see here, that Dragon B12, right? The boss doesn't get a single turn at all. Right, this tends to work really well on even Dragon B12, but of course you need to run him properly instead of. Right, let me show you a Necro B12. Right, you need to run the Loren very well with a very decent accuracy and also decent, also not really decent speed, but if you have the higher the speed that you have on the Loren, it actually is the much better. Is the much better because well, most of people are also using Loren in the Sage War and even Guild War. So if you have a better speed and accuracy, you can even use them on that content as well. Even I think you can also use them on. I didn't say Tartarus, but maybe on the guild content, maybe like guild wars, guild stage. Well, in the labyrinth also you can also use on a certain stage with Loren, but I doesn't use Loren much on the guild labyrinth. And also RTA, I think there are I did meet some Loren user on the RTA. Well, it's okay, but not that much well. So actually, Loren is very decent unit for farming and maybe clearing TOA normal and hard. The main reason why I say Loren did tend to work really well on clearing TOA normal and TOA hard. Well, with Loren, you can even clear. But I didn't say that you can clear from floor 1 to 100 for TOA hard with Loren, but I mean you can if you have a decent lineup, you can even use Loren on every floor, almost every floor. I mean, like from floor 1 until floor 100, maybe you can use a very, I think it's a basic combo where you have Jean, Loren, Fran, Crow maybe. but not almost every floor I think. But you need to have some dot master, especially if on TOA hard. Well, actually for the Loren rune, you can also rune Loren. You can actually rune Loren with violent energy or violent revenge or violent will, right? But Loren tends to work really well for in my opinion. If you are using it for dungeon, well, Loren worked really well with violent and revenge. Well, it's because whenever you revenge, it will right away reduce the boss attack bar or maybe the enemy's attack bar. Alright. Well, it's not that hard to run Loren. You doesn't need to build him on damage or build him on anything else, but you just need to rune him something that you can get more HP, more defense, and more accuracy and more speed. That's all actually. It's not that hard. Well, alright, you can see your slot 2 definitely gonna be speed, and slot 4 is HP, slot 6 is HP as well, right? You need to rune him well on his defense. Maybe you can put some artifacts, but my artifacts, please don't follow my artifacts. I just randomly put my artifacts here because, as you guys know, I still doesn't farm artifact much. I doesn't do much. I still doesn't farm artifact much because I'm still focusing on rune because I'm still looking for a decent rune before I start focusing on artifacts. Unless you have a lot of decent rune, then you can go for the artifact right away. But in my case, I'm still doesn't I'm still doesn't I still doesn't farm much on artifact. Well, actually, you can also use Loren. You can also use Loren to farm level 5 dungeon on the 2A on the second awakening. Alright. Well, I tend to use this team really much on most of the dungeon. So it's actually worked really well, I think. Guys, come for drinks. Right. As you guys see, the Loren reduce the boss. The Loren reduce the enemies at that bar, and it does quite a lot. So, but if I need to let you guys know, if you are using this team for 2A for level 5 dungeon, second awakening dungeon, right? The main thing that you guys need to know is you need to rune your Fran, Loren, and Verderhill really well. If not, if you doesn't rune it, if you doesn't rune them really well, it's because this is not definitely gonna work. Not I mean not that much well, but something like how do I say actually? Um, it's like you need to at least have a lot of HP for Fran, and also you need to have a lot of HP on Vert. Also got a little bit of decent damage, but you doesn't need decent damage on the Vert. But with a decent damage, you can run the dungeon a little bit faster. Alright, and for the last stage, just the Loren can straight away focus on nuke the boss. Right, in this case, as you guys see, the Loren hit the right tower earlier. Alright, in this case, the hit on the right tower is because of the revenge. Because I definitely set my attack on the boss. I never put on the left or the right. Well, the main reason if you max your Loren, you can actually do this. And that's why I say that the Loren with revenge actually does the most really well because whenever he revenge with his first skill, he also had debuff which is slow attack speed. Right, with the slow attack speed, you can actually get a lot more turn with it. As you guys see, well, this is not that bad. You can even farm on level 5 with all dungeon with this team. You can use it on every dungeon. I think there should be no problem at all, right? Unless the dungeon is a water. I think level 5 is a water monster. Then it might be a problem for over the hill. I'm not sure. Is there any water monster level 5? Doesn't, I'm not sure. I think it doesn't. Alright. And besides than that, well I will show my style for the Verdehill, Loren and Fran. Right? Verdehill is not that good. Just I still need more HP on my Verdehill because my Verdehill is still a support. Then my Fran, well, you actually doesn't really need to have a high attack on Fran, but this is my preference. Well, if you can actually follow your own preference, not following mine, because in my case I actually really love to use Fran as a healer. As a healer and as a support. Right. This is I really prefer Fran to have at least 1000 damage to have to make a good heal. Actually, but it doesn't need to follow me 100%. Well, you can actually run Fran or with maybe attack 200, 300, and maybe defend a 1000. That will be much better, I think, instead of doing this. But I don't know why, but I really love to do this. So I doesn't recommend you guys follow this guy, this front guy, but you can run this. You can make sure you can actually run. You can also do this, but before you run attack for the 1000, you should you should be focusing on your HP and defense, then speed instead of focusing on attack, right? But I'm rooting for the attack because I really love heals a lot. Alright, and for my Loren, this is my start for Loren again. I'm showing you again, right? You basically need to focus Loren. You're definitely not going to build any damage on the Loren, but the 660 I get from the maybe the substat, well, it's just luck. But you can actually what you need to actually been focusing on is defense, HP, speed, and accuracy, right? This four is defense, HP, speed, and accuracy. Four. All right. This four is a very important things for Loren. Right, this four can actually help you to clear TOA normal if you have enough speed, enough HP, enough defense, enough accuracy, right? Uh, this four will actually help you on clearing dungeons, clearing TOA normal and TOA hard, then clearing a second awakening dungeon. And also, what does Loren do more? And also reframe level 5, level 4, level 3, level 2, or level 1. Right. This for main thing is what you should be focusing on Loren instead of doing attacks or maybe crit damage on crit rate. No, that's not that. That doesn't do much import. That doesn't do much damage on with Loren because I personally think that his multiplier is not that high. Right? You must make sure your Loren you must make sure your Loren have a max skill to have a better chance. Right, as you guys see here, shoot 3 projectiles with each projectile having a 30% chance to show the attack speed, to slow the attack speed for 2 turns. Right, this thing tends to work really well with revenge. So whenever you revenge, you have a chance. You have a chance for reducing attack speed, right? Which is very good. And he also shoot 3 projectiles. It means that the chance are given to every single one of the projectiles, right? So with 3 it becomes 90% almost every time, but this is roughly okay, right? And for the second one, silver plate bullet. All right, attack the enemy 2 times with a holy bullets. Each attack has a 60% chance to remove one beneficial effect and also disturb the HP recovery for 2 turns. Alright, Also, if you have max the skill up, well, his cooldown is not pretty long. It's actually 3 turns after you max his skill ups, right? And also he have 60% on removing a harmful effect, right? If you max the Loren, if you actually max the Loren, uh, I mean, if you actually max the Loren skill, you should be having around 75%. So it's actually very pretty decent, and I don't think you're going to have any problem if you max the skill. If you max the Loren skill, alright. This is his passive chaser. Alright, decrease the enemy's attack bar by 20% with each attack and weaken the enemy defense for 1 turn with a 75% chance. This is why the main reason why Loren tends to work really well on every dungeon except Punisher Creep, right? And why most of the why most people are farming Loren. And if you guys whenever you guys enter a channel, you guys did see, anyone have cowgirl here, anyone have a cowgirl there, anyone a cowgirl, add me please. All right, that is Loren before awaken. Loren's name before awaken is cowgirl actually, right? If you're looking for cowgirl, if you see a lot of people are looking for cowgirl, it's because of this. They are focusing on building a Loren because, well, actually Loren is a very good thing. We increase even if you awaken him. I'm sorry, if you awaken her, you also get increased accuracy by 25%. And you and you actually doesn't need to Loren really good, but still you can still use it on every content, right? You have you have a lot of choice with Loren. Well, you can. I did also see someone build a mesh on Loren, but I'm not sure if that good for every content because yeah, it's may a bit risky, but he also have around 10,000 HP, 300 defense. But his attack, I think I saw around 1,000 plus 1,000. I don't know what is he using Loren for actually with the crit damage, I think. But that is not really a recommended build for Loren, right? Alright guys, so I think that's all for today's video, and see you guys again on the next video. Alright, thank you guys. Tada! Bye bye. Love you guys. Hey, sorry guys. Don't forget, if you guys haven't do a subscribe, don't forget to subscribe the button below, and don't forget to like the video. And also guys, don't forget to actually follow my Facebook page, which is called which is called Mesh Gaming, and see you guys again there. Alright, okay, bye bye.